Hello beehives, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys have watched my previous videos. These videos will help you guys to have better understanding and more prepared for your training, and they're step-by-step videos. We are at the point where you get your information about your ticket. So you're gonna go online and check in. I recommend do not pay extra for your seat, that's already included in your ticket, and pay extra for your bags, that's already included in your ticket. You get one free check, carry-on, and a personal item, but always double check the package because things may change. I do recommend go a little earlier what they suggest. So when you checked in, you can assign your seat with your other team members. You'll know who they are because all of you guys will dress alike, and you can always ask the gate agent to put you guys sitting together around the area so you guys could study on the aircraft and have a study partner for training, because that's going to be very helpful. Now, if you're not the type of person that do well with a study group, that's fine. I'm that type of person. I don't do well with a study group. I love to just study by myself. Based off my experience, even when you're not participating in the group but just listening to them speaking, it also will help you to study too, because I know that listening you remember more listening. When you hear the stuff over and over, you also retain the information better. So that will help you, because it helped me also. When you guys are going on the aircraft, I would recommend definitely introduce yourself to the flight attendants. You say, hey, I'm a new hire, my name is such and such, and I'm sitting in such and such, because you're gonna need the flight attendants later on in the flight. So it's great to, basically it's a polite way to introduce yourself at the end of the day. And technically, normally when you are a flight attendant and you're going on the aircraft, we always introduce yourself. Okay, so the great thing is that after you introduce yourself, being on the aircraft, that will be your first aircraft familiarization. So that will be your first aircraft familiarization. I can never get that word correct, but you guys will understand what I mean when you guys read the package. So the flight attendants are going to have to, well, they don't have to, but the flight attendants will show you around the aircraft and different equipments and stuff like that. So that's why I said introducing yourself, because you're going to need them later on during the flights. If you get someone like me, I basically tell you things that I basically tell you everything that you need to know, but I break it down in a shorter version. So definitely take notes, take your notebooks and take notes, because I'm going to give you everything that you need to know, and throughout for training in a shorter version. You might not understand when I give you the information at that moment, but when you go to training, you're like, oh, I remember the flight attendant mentioned that, I remember the flight attendant mentioned this, and then so you will hear it again. So definitely, I recommend definitely take notes. It might not make sense to you now, but it will make sense to you later on. Definitely ask questions, especially if you have a flight attendant that is willing to help you and giving you a lot of information. Ask questions, because they will definitely give you the answers and help you to have better understanding. All flight attendants are not created equally. You might get someone that thinks they know everything, or you may get someone that thinks they're explaining or giving you great information but confuse you more. I recommend just talk to all the flight attendants. If you're on the flight that has 4 flight attendants, just talk to all of them and see which one you connect with more, that explain things to you. Like, okay, she explained things better that I can understand. I'm gonna ask her to, you can ask that person to go over the information about the aircraft, so you have better understanding. Normally the people who are in the airline industry for a longer period of time, they explain things better. That's just my own opinion. Not saying that the ones that started don't explain things, it's just that for me, the ones that are 1 year in, for me, this is just my experience, just for me, my own thing. The ones that are 1 year are like technically still on training. That's just my opinion. While people that are like 3 years in, especially 2020, because 2020, a lot of the flight attendants didn't work for 2020. So for me, I think that they're still on training because they haven't worked much in 2020. But the ones that they've been here like 3 years or more, then definitely they'll explain things that they break things down that so you can understand, because going on the aircraft you don't really know anything, and you know, when you can break stuff down to someone and you be like, oh my gosh, I get it, then it's better if you go with someone that is more than 2 years in. That's just my recommendation. But you know, you might get someone that's 3 months in and expect something great, but you know, it's just one of those things, they're hit or miss. So now you land at your destination. Make sure you take all your belongings, because passengers tend to leave a lot of stuff on the aircraft. Make sure you have all your belongings. Now, if you're in Vegas, it's a long walk to baggage claim. Definitely follow the signs that says to baggage claim. It's a long walk. If you guys want me to do a video of that, from the terminal to baggage claim and to where you're gonna pick up from the shuttle, I can also do a video of that. That is not a problem. But follow the signs to baggage claim, make it to baggage claim, and then when you reach at baggage claim, you definitely have to go down the escalator outside and go to the hotel side pickup. And when you get your bags at baggage claim, call the hotel, and then the hotel will come. The hotel shuttle will come and pick you up. But I wouldn't recommend call before, because then sometimes since it's a long walk down to the carousel, and to get your bags, I mean, the hotel shuttle might be there, and then you know, they end up leaving to pick up another crew or whatever the situation is. When you check in the hotel, if you've been to the hotel before, and they ask you, hey, have you been here before, just say no. It just makes your life easier when you say no, because there are certain things that's included in your package, and if you say yes, they might explain to you, but if you say no, they'll explain everything that's included in your package. Now, you're gonna have to stay in the hotel, because I know now Las Vegas, the COVID has increased, so you're gonna be staying in the hotel. It's gonna be one person per room, that's for sure. They're gonna provide you lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Before, they used to provide lunch and dinner, but now since the COVID and in Las Vegas the COVID has increased, they're gonna provide you lunch, breakfast, and dinner, so you don't have to go anywhere. You're gonna be in quarantine, in training. Everybody's gonna be there. And that's just to protect you, and also to protect the crew and everyone else, the trainers and all that kind of stuff. So yes, you're gonna be in quarantine for a whole month, which may make sense, because you know, you don't want to go out on a strip and then end up contracting COVID and come back to the hotel and spread it all the crew members and everyone else, even though you guys are wearing masks. But still, you know, you're still on training. It's not like you're actually a flight attendant yet. So and you're gonna be on 2 weeks quarantine. It's just not gonna work out for you. You know what I mean? You can get food delivery if you need to get stuff from Walmart and stuff like that. You can order that and they'll deliver it to your hotel, and you can get it from there. So when you check into your hotel, they explain all that information. There is microwaves in the room, or they'll tell you where the microwaves are, and there are refrigerators in your room, so that is actually a good thing. They do have laundry, as I mentioned in my previous video. They will also let you know that yes, you get free Wi-Fi. They also give you the Wi-Fi code, or it's one of those that you put in your room number and your last name. They get the free Wi-Fi. Gyms, they do have gyms. Just ask them. I know most gyms may be closed due to Vegas and their 25% capacity, so just double check with them when it comes to the gym. They do have pools there. Most of them have pool there, but I don't know which hotel you guys gonna get that and what they have there. But yeah, but I know for sure these are some of the stuff that I know for sure that they have, that which you need, like internet and business center room and a computer and stuff like that. So they're gonna have that there. I don't know about if you can get visitors to your room. That's something you have to ask them when you get there, since again the COVID has been increased in Las Vegas. So I don't know if you can get outside visitors to your room. So when you get to your room, I would recommend, when you get to your room, before you do anything else, you put your bag down, make sure you sanitize the room, as it's COVID season, and because you haven't seen the housekeepers clean the room, you don't really know how much of a great cleaner they are. You don't understand what I'm saying. Some people clean very, very, very good, and some people just do a wipe it down and call it a day, right? So that's why you have your wipes or your hand sanitizer. Yeah, so you have your wipes. Definitely clean the room, the door handles, all the door handles from coming in to going out. Clean those door handles. If you guys want me to do a video of what I do when I come into the hotels, I can definitely do so. Definitely clean the toilet seat and the toilet handle, for sure do that, and the countertops, so it's sanitized. Before you even lay or sit in their bed, make sure that you look at the top sheet to make sure it is clean, and remove the top sheet and look on the bottom sheet to make sure you haven't seen anything moving, like bugs or anything like moving, or any hair or anything like that, and the sheet is clean. You take up your pillowcase, make sure nothing is there, pillowcase underneath the pillow is clean and stuff like that. So again, that is what I do, and that's what literally 98% of flight attendants do when they come to the hotel room. I can tell you my experience, what I had, a couple experiences that I would have. If you guys are interested, you can comment below and I give you some of my experiences at some hotels. These hotels are expensive hotels. They're not cheap hotels at all, but even with expensive hotels, sometimes again you might not have the best cleaners. So just saying, after you finish cleaning, take a deep breath. You know, it's been a long flight. The flight attendants have told you all this stuff about the aircraft and all that kind of stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so much, that was so intense. Yes, so it might be on any one of the aircrafts. You might be on the 319, you may be on the 320, or you may be on the 321. You may be on, you're not sure what aircraft you're going to be on, so, but make sure the aircraft that you're on, you can ask the flight attendant the aircraft that you're on. You can have your paperwork, your paper sheet, your study guide, and you see stuff on there. And when they're explaining to you of the study, when they're explaining things to you on the aircraft, you have it on your study guide, so everything will make a lot of sense. But again, when you get to your hotel room, just relax, just take a deep breath, just lay down and just give your time, just give yourself like an hour just to breathe for a second and clear your mind. You know, I know it is exciting for you and everything, but it's also overwhelming, especially on your first day flying and getting all that information. After you just get settled in to your room and know the lay of the land, if I'm gonna say, know the lay of, you know, where the business room is and this and that and whatever and what's not, and then you get ready for the next day, which next day is your training day. And I know you guys are gonna do great, because again, I am here to support you, and I am here to give you as many information advice that I can. There are again certain stuff I cannot share on social media, but I can have you guys have a better understanding of how to study and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye. That is it for all that. Again, definitely subscribe, click the notification button. If you have any questions, comment below, and don't forget to click the notification button, guys, because these are amazing stuff that I am giving to you guys that will help you to be very successful in your training. If there's any other updates, I will definitely provide the updates.